A stronger women's role in disaster management needs to be defined specifically, and the most important task in formulating an action strategy can best be provided by that definition. The Shifting the Power Project, STP, Shifting the Power, is a 3-year project that began in the year 2015, funded under DFID Disaster Emergencies Preparedness Program through the 6 international organization members of the START network. This project was necessitated by the realization that humanitarian system that was not balanced. Thus, the project aims to strike more balance between international and local responses to disaster in Bangladesh, Pakistan, DRC, Ethiopia, and Kenya, shifting this power to achieve a more locally led humanitarian response. Aldef Kenya has been part of the implementing partners working in Wajir County for the project, working for the last 2 years. This enabled them bring more humanitarian help closer to the communities. Under the STP Shifting the Power project, Aldef undertook Women Engagement in Disaster Management and Response, Wajir County. It is aimed at concretizing women's position in the disaster management framework and ensure mainstreaming of their priorities are captured in the disaster risk reduction plans with the county.
Our key theme was to really make women aware of the disaster management framework. Secondly, to be able to understand whether they had been involved in the initial processes. And then thirdly, to be able to come up with and develop disaster management plans which are specific from a women's point of view, which can then now be used to be able to review the contingency plans in place, as well as the response plans.
The process started off with 2 sub-counties of Wajir South and Wajir and culminated with more women leader meeting. The 4 days activity attracted a significant number of women from the both with and the peripherals of Wajir town and outside, and got the opportunity to air their views, identify disaster they are prone to, deliberated, exchanged ideas, and shared information.
So this committee also, the Act gave them functions. The first one was to promote an integrated and coordinated approach to disaster management. So their function was that they were supposed to ensure, or they are supposed to ensure, or promote that approach to disaster management is coordinated. It is not done haphazardly. This committee is also supposed to provide all relevant information concerning disaster management. The committee also acts as an advisory and consultative body in matters disaster. So they are supposed to advise the government, the county government, anything concerning disasters. This committee is also mandated to receive grants and donations on behalf of the county government, and also disburse the same for the purpose of disaster management. So if there is a willing donor or a well-wisher who wants to contribute to the management of disaster for the county, this committee is authorized by this act to receive such donations on behalf of the county.
Okay, causes of GBV. Number 1, illiteracy. That is lack of education, lack of knowledge. Number 2, drugs influence. Wadawa or poverty and expensive marriage. Gender-based violence.
In a county whose economic backbone is livestock, for long the county suffers from persistent drought that grounded large population, coupled with inter-clan clashes, disasters such as cholera epidemic resulting in human deaths. The main disasters identified by the group includes drought, diseases, conflict, human waste disposal. In addition to that, women from Wajir East, the CBD of the county, raised rapid increase in sexual and gender-based violence and drug abuse affecting mostly the youth. Similarly, the spiking insecurity witnessed in home break-ins and robberies. The women also came up far, reaching disaster solutions to enhance resilience building. Early and adequate disaster preparation planning, risk reduction measures being put in place, that is, creation of alternative livelihood options, stepwise improvement of sanitation and hygiene, and massive public awareness and campaigns, round-the-clock security action within residential areas to curb drug menace being key among the many solutions harvested in the participatory process and presentations by women. The gender rule was said is a must for Wajir County to ensure the voice and priority needs of the women and girls is addressed. The Vice Chair Lady, Maendeleo ya Wanawake, Mama Duba, said, "Women representation in the House be rest assured at county assemblies from now forth will be backed up fully by well-mobilized women citizenry, since issues and voices cuts across political and clan affiliations." She further stressed by saying, "The women folk have woken up. You see us on the street, at offices and assembly, presenting our memorandums for better service delivery for women needs. Parents are being put on notice to take their role seriously. So don't complain, with stern action will be taken against rogue youths, criminals and their like who peddle foreign behaviors unknown to our culture and traditions." Also present in the forum were nominated county women legislators who deliberated on the finding and priorities raised in the Sample 2 sub-counties and the Disaster Management Act 2014.
If you go through the political composition, we said it's a male dominant. From the governor, the deputy governor, the county governor, chairperson, so we said that one actually is contradicting the two-thirds general rule and you have to be participated. Number 2, we said on the same, the three categories which are not actually not in this composition. And if you go back again to the list, there's no free youth representation. Actually, in the list, the director, the commissioner, the governor, the governor, they are actually the youth are not represented. The women apply the same towards the persons with disability. So we said the three categories must be used.
Measures by the county government for disaster management. We have gone through this act, and this part of number 3, we have seen that it has been tackled very much, and everybody was involved here, and we have seen that it does not have any much part that has been left. Let me just take you through all the clauses which are there. For the first clause, number 1, number 11, the clause that is talking about the county government to take measures. We have said the first thing, the county government has to identify the existing of the disaster. After it identifies the existing of the disaster, then coordination of all departments must be done. Once you identify the disaster, the identification of, the involvement of all the other departments which are supposed to take act on that disaster must be conducted. Then from there, you conduct a DSG meeting. In that DSG meeting, it is meant for soliciting funds for the disaster. Then from there, the governor has to declare a notice to the public that such an event or such a disaster is taking place or is happening in either Wajir South, Wajir North, or particularly Wajir East, somewhere. So the governor has to give the notice because he's the chairperson of this committee.
It was clear women brought out clear disaster plans against issues not well articulated by men, e.g. SGBV, drug abuse and insecurity, as well as the need to come up with motion at the county assembly for the review of the Disaster Act to have fair gender representation, creation of sub-county committees, and allocation of resources towards curbing SGBV and drug abuse as a key ingredient of realizing and improved disaster management strategy for the county.
The main issues that we were discussing was the Act, the Disaster Management Act in 2014, and there were a lot of discrepancies, and there is need for amendment. And the main issues was the formation of the Act, the structure of the committees of disaster management, and we've realized that the committee is composed of male dominance, and we wish to review it and include the special interest groups, that is the women, the persons with disability, and the youth. And through that, we wish to involve also the civil society, the non-state actors, especially the Red Cross, which is the main non-state actor which deals with disaster management.
In the two other sessions that preceded today's, we engaged women representatives from two sub-counties, and they came up with different, they did a problem analysis on where they came up with quite a number of things that need to be undertaken. What came out clearly was amongst drought, diseases, floods, conflict, human waste disposal in a town like Wajir, plus solid waste management were key issues from the sub-county processes. However, one of the sub-counties in Wajir East, where Wajir town is the headquarters, they came up with SGBV, sexual and gender-based violence, drug abuse, and increased accidents as key issue. Today we came forward with the information that came from the two sub-counties and had a session with the nominated MCS and maendeleo ya wanawake leaders from the county.